Hey guys, well, we are back to creating. What I'm excited about this project is we clearly signed up for 3D art lessons. So I'm interested to see what we can create with our at home project. What we're going to do first is go over your objectives, and I'll kind of give you some ideas and brainstorming, and then you guys can move on to the next step. So we're going to be creating spheres. Okay. Let's look at your document, and here are your requirements for this specific project. You will be asked to create you will be asked to create and assemble a number of spheres. These spheres will be submitted for a full 100-point project grade based on the following requirements. So it's important that you guys don't just completely do the entire work today. These are going to be created in steps and processes throughout a series of lessons. Throughout your e-learning days. Each e-learning day, there will be steps and requirements to fulfill. So for daily points, and then we will work through the process of your creation. Okay. About the project, this at-home sculpture exercise deals with the issues in construction, time, parameters, and material exploration. You'll be using recycled materials as you explore your own surroundings and come up with solutions on how to create your piece with only what is available to you. You guys can take a look at assemblage or found object art. It's actually a thing, believe it or not. And artists will create work just by finding things, finding what's around them. And that is so interesting in our society today, is just to kind of reuse things that are already there. And so that's where the beef behind the project comes from, is within that art style. What do I need from you? Create a series of 3 spheres. Each sphere must have a minimum of 2 different materials. Why did I do that? I don't want you to take a piece of paper and wad it up and call it done, okay? So we need to have at least 2 different materials to create each sphere. Each sphere needs to be 3 to 6 inches in circumference. So that means you can take a tape measure, or you can take a piece of string and wrap it around. The circumference is the entire sphere itself. So you can wrap the string around and measure it, and it should be anywhere between 3 to 6 inches each. Okay, now you can actually create these spheres to change in size, which would be super cool to think about all of these spheres as a body of work. Okay, and that kind of comes to this fourth requirement as well, is that you want them to, at the end product, they need to have something that connects them. Okay, they can connect in size. Maybe they're all the same size. Maybe they're connected by materials. So maybe you're going to have a theme with the materials that you're using. Maybe there's a theme in each one. Maybe each one has the same material, and then the second material is being changed as it comes throughout. Okay, so the spheres need to relate to each other as a body of work. Are they all the same size? Are they going to change sizes slightly different? Are they going to have similar? Maybe they'll be similar in color. Um, and then craftsmanship is key. So when you're putting these together, I don't want to see a bunch of glue all over the place. That's going to be the difficult part. You guys are in high school. This is one of the last projects that you're going to be doing for me. So with you having to be doing work for me for an entire year, we need to make sure that your craftsmanship is really, really good. And that, I think, is going to be one of the difficult pieces in creating these spheres, especially with using the materials that you have at your house. Okay. Um, You've already clicked on this because that's this video. So what you're going to do here is I have already created a folder. I've already had another class do this, and they submitted a whole bunch of pictures of materials that they are using. So I'm going to quickly scroll through here because I don't want you to copy directly, but look at all of the materials that some of your other Morgan Township students have shopped for. Okay, they've look at all of these things that they are going to be using to create their spheres from. Okay. The other thing I wanted to inspire you is the world of origami. And I actually just Googled origami spheres. And clearly, we're looking at images here, but you guys could actually use paper and maybe look up some tutorials on how to actually fold your paper to create spheres. What could you use for that? You could use wrapping paper to do that with. That would be super cool because you would have the colors on the outside. Um, I've had kids do toothpicks and glue the toothpicks together to create spheres. You could think of putting your spheres together in parts. Like, what if you had, you built half of it and had the bottom half of the sphere created to where it was on a flat surface, and you created the top half, and then you did another one where you created the same thing and then you put them together to create your sphere. That would be a solution to some of your issues on creating that ball form. Okay. Good luck, have fun, and enjoy the process. Enjoy the process. Be super creative with the materials that you have. And I can't wait to see what you guys come up with.